Facts. Number one, around half of the population are introverts. And number two, many successful people are introverts. And there is a long list of them, including Bill Gates, and we know why Mark Zuckberg started Facebook, and Mahatma Ghandi and many other politicians who we think are supposed to be figures out there to influence. So the best leaders today, they are also becoming more aware about the society bias against introverts or in favor of extroverts. So there are a lot of HR practices, if you didn't know, that are aiming to make the people who are quieter in the group speak up, and who are people who are talking non-stop because of who they are, also to let them sit down so that others can stand up. In fact, she also explores that there are a lot of, there is a cost for extroverts to talk a lot, because the cost of energy, of being constantly emotion, or the cost of not being able to pause and think, the cost of having to always look like someone who knows it all, right? So think about it this way, right? On the full spectrum of human behaviors, the people who are more introverted on this end, we are suffering, while people who are extroverts, they are not in a perfect situation either. They also need to adjust themselves to scale back, to see the benefits of being more introspective, the benefits of pausing to think, the benefits of giving others opportunities to talk. So there are a lot of work for them to do as well. So no one is perfect. And once we have all this in that lens, you will start to know that if you sit in an interview and you are quieter, that really is not a problem, because that could be who you are, or it could be you are a very good listener, and you should give yourself due respect for that, for sitting there listening and capturing what the other person is trying to tell you. And that is often very, very important as well. But if you tell me, well, okay, fine, I know that, it's not my fault to be introvert, and maybe it has some benefit, and everyone has their own struggles, including the extroverts. But I am still nervous at interviews. So we have been discussing how we can be more confident about the introvert self. But there are many other factors that contribute to this confidence issue. One is not being very prepared. When we are not prepared, we are still in that fear. We subconsciously know that we are not so prepared, even though consciously we say, I've been going to interviews so many times, and I know about myself, I can answer those questions. But number one, interview is not only about we knowing who we are, but it's also about how much we know about the job, about the industry, about the company that is interviewing us, how much kind of awareness we have about how we can contribute to that role, right? So all of these understandings, they don't come so naturally until we do a lot of deliberate practice and preparation. And when we don't do that, a part of us are aware that questions that could come, and we definitely are not in very good shape to give the best answer or to give a convincing answer in a very short time frame. So yes, prepare. I'm going to talk about more technical skills in terms of preparation for interviews, and also in general in job application in the other videos. But today, let me continue to focus on confidence for introverts. So other than preparation, there are a few more things we could do actually. Obviously, we want to be more confident in our own skin. And just like think about my baby cot, it's not a perfect prop for, a kind of a job application kind of video, but I kept it here because this is what I have and who I am. And I trust that, it doesn't matter so much to you. So similarly, in your interviews, know that a lot of the things that you don't like about yourself do not matter so much to others as to yourself. Although there are things that does matter. One is that we use language to express ourselves. So if you think that communication skills and language skills are the biggest bottleneck for you to be confident in social situations and at job interviews, then the obvious answer is you should try to find ways to improve that. Yes, I do agree that improving language skill takes time. So let's say you have an interview next week. It can't wait for you to improve your English for the next, 10 months. What you do is, again, prepare all angles in terms of all the potential questions, which you can easily find on the internet, and have a script for short version, mid-length, and long versions in the English language or in whatever language you will be interviewed at. And with that, it is a shortcut to improving your language skill because we are always trained partially. For example, for a very long time, I was very comfortable to communicate in business, but I didn't have enough vocabulary in the social situation. So it became that I was very comfortable talking a lot in business networking, but I couldn't do too well in, say, a very personal gathering. But it's okay, it's possible for us to master a lot of vocabulary just in the business or interview setting and become good at it. Lastly, it depends on whether or not it relates to you. So for those of us who really do very well in a one-on-one deep conversation and we find the best of ourselves in those conversations, you should try to foster a sort of a personal connection with your interviewer. Once you do that, you will be in the best, you are in the zone, you are in the flow, you are in the best situation to kind of bring out the best of you to the interviewer, and the rest all becomes super natural. I hope the video so far has helped you to feel better about your introvert self and also help you to perform better at interviews. For more interview preparation tips, I will continue to work on other videos to share. Please follow me.